What does true success really mean? Is it money, fame, power, or is it something much deeper? In today's fast moving world, people run after achievements, but very few actually find happiness and peace. Bertrand Russell gives a powerful answer to this question in his essay, True Success. Hello everyone, welcome back to English Hub. Today we are going to discuss Bertrand Russell's important essay, True Success, a very important topic for TED, NET, and literature exams. In this essay, Russell explains that real success does not come from wealth or status alone. A truly successful life is one filled with purpose, love, knowledge, and inner satisfaction. Bertrand Russell was a famous British philosopher, thinker, mathematician, and a Nobel Prize winner. Through his essay, he encouraged people to live a balanced life, a meaningful life, a rational life. In True Success, Russell challenges society's materialistic definition of success and teaches us how to achieve genuine happiness. So now let's understand what is true success according to Bertrand Russell. This essay is also known as The Quest of Happiness or True Success, How to Grow Old. Bertrand Russell lived from 1872 to 1970. He was a British philosopher, mathematician, social critic, Nobel laureate in literature. He won this prize in 1950. He was one of the most influential thinker of the 20th century, known for combining sharp logic with deep humanity. His writing style is clear, witty, and accessible, perfect for essays. Here are some key works to remember: The Quest of Happiness, In Praise of Idleness, Marriage and Moral, and Why I Am Not a Christian. These are some of his works that one should remember from the point of competitive examination. Now let us see the central argument of this essay. Russell's core claim is simple but profound. The world's idea of success is wrong. Society tells us that a successful person is wealthy, powerful, famous, admirable, and many more things. But according to Russell, this is a dangerous illusion. These things can coexist with deep unhappiness and often do. True success for Russell is a psychological and moral achievement. It is the state of being genuinely happy, at peace with yourself, engaged with the world, and capable of loving and being loved. So, this means that one person cannot be considered successful just if he has wealth, if the person has wealth, power, or fame. But along with these all the things, he should have happiness, peace, and he should be capable of loving and being loved. Now, coming to the themes of this essay. There are different themes and we will discuss them. First is meaningful work. Russell believed work is one of the great source of human happiness, but only when it is done with genuine interest. So if it is not of your interest, if it is not giving you happiness, it is not a good source of human happiness. A lawyer who hates law but earns a high salary is not successful in Russell's eye. A school teacher who loves teaching and find meaning in it has achieved something far more valuable than that lawyer. So if you are loving your job, if you are loving your work, then only you can be considered as successful person. He distinguishes between work as a means earning money to live and works as an end, something intrinsically rewarding. The truly successful person finds work that belongs to the second category, or at least cultivates genuine interest in what they do. I hope this first theme is clear. It tells us that whatever work we do, we should be doing it with our interest. If the person is not having any interest in the work but still doing just to earn a good salary or just to earn good wage, that work will not be giving you inner satisfaction and will not be more valuable than the work that you can do in which you have your interest. Next theme we have over here is zest, the most important word of the essay. Zest is Russell's favorite word, from the quality most essential to happiness and true success. Zest means an enthusiasm, lively, appetite for life, curiosity about people, delight in food and nature, interest in ideas, pleasure in simple things. So, one must have zest. People with zest are not bored. They do not need constant artificial stimulation. They find the world genuinely interesting. Russell argues this quality cannot be purchased. It must be cultivated through habit of mind, open curiosity, warm interest in others, and freedom from excessive self criticism. So, in anybody's life, zest should be there. If zest is not there, then the one's life become boring. That person get bored quickly. So zest should be there. Next theme we have is the problem of self-absorption. Russell diagnosed most human unhappiness as stemming from excessive focus on oneself, what he calls ecocentrism. The unhappy person is consumed by their own failures, anxieties, reputation, and image. They constantly compare themselves to others. They feel envious, resentful, and afraid. His perception. Now, what is his perception? His perception: turn your attention outward, become interested in others, in nature, in science, in art, in history. The wider your circle of interest, the richer and happier your inner life. The narrower your focus, especially on yourself alone, the more painful existence becomes. What Russell is telling over here is that if human is only focusing on his own reputation, he is comparing himself with others. He is comparing himself with others about reputation, image, and his own failures he is counting. That all things increases the anxiety. It only creates unhappiness around himself. So, just to get happiness, what should you do? You should increase your interest. One must increase the interest. That interest can be in nature, science, art, history, anything. And the wider your interest will be, the richer and the happier your inner life will be. The narrower you focus, the narrower you focus means the only thing you are focusing is all about yourself. That will lead to more pain, more unhappiness. So it's better to focus to have more interest in different things. Nowadays, we have many different kinds of things which anybody can focus. Next theme we have over here is love and human connection. Russell places love in its broadest sense at the center of the good life. This includes parental love, friendship, romantic love, and a general goodwill towards humanity. A person who is capable of genuine love and who experience being loved has achieved a happiness that no amount of money or power can replicate. So if a person is having all these kinds of things, good parental love, friendship, a romantic love, a lover, or if the person himself has a general goodwill towards the humanity. If the person has humanity, then the person is capable of genuine love. He will be able to experience love, which he has achieved, which will help him achieve happiness. That happiness cannot be replaced by any amount of money or any power and any kind of a fame that cannot be replicated. He is critical of people who sacrifice relationship in the competitive pursuit of success. They gain a title but lose the warmth that gives life meaning. So this is all about love and human connection. If you have good human connection, if you have the people loving around you and if you love them, then only true happiness can be obtained and that happiness cannot be replaced by anything. Next theme we have here is the competitive trap. Russell is sharply critical of the purely competitive life. One lived in constant comparison with others, always trying to be richer, more powerful, or more admired. This life is exhausting and self defeating because the competition never ends. Remember that when you are or anyone compares you with anybody or you are comparing yourself with someone, that is a competition that will never end. If you became more powerful than that person, then somebody else will come up. Then you will be again in a competitive life. So there is always someone higher up. A competitive person can never rest, never feel enough. He contrasts this with the creative life, driven by love of the activity itself, not by the desire to beat others. The creative person, the writer, the scientist, the craftsperson finds satisfaction itself, in work itself. This is much more stable foundation for happiness. So here Russell is telling that one must not have a comparison in the life. One must not be comparing him with any other person. If you are comparing it with any other person, then you are simply just making your life worse because once you will compare, then after winning from that person, another person will come. So this comparison, this competitive spirit keeps on going. So somewhere it is important, but not everywhere, but not if every time in the life. It's better to be a creative person, like a writer, scientist, a craftsperson, or any other kind of a person who is creative. Then that person can achieve satisfaction easily in the life after completing that work. Next theme we have is old age, death, and growing old well. Russell believed that a person who has lived fully with zest, love, and genuine engagement faces old age and death without fear. He uses the beautiful metaphor of a river. A life well lived flows from its source, gathers strength and breath, and eventually merges into the sea without resistance or grief. So here, Russell is basically telling that a person who has lived fully, who has life full of zest, love, and genuine engagements, then that person can face old age and death without any fear. That means if a person has done a work which gave him inner peace, which gave him happiness, which gave him strength, zest, creativity, then that person will not be feared of death. He uses a powerful metaphor over here. He compares life with river. He says that a life is like a river which flows from the source and gathers the strength. How a river flows from a source narrow and then it gathers the strength and then breath also, and eventually it finally merges into sea or ocean without resistance or grief. The person who fears death is typically someone who feels they have not truly lived. They were too busy chasing the wrong things. True success means you can look back with satisfaction rather than regret. So, if you have achieved something, that something should be true success. How, what kind of a true success? When you are looking back, you are not regretting on anything. You are completely satisfied with that, all achievements. Here we can end this whole essay with one single line that the good life is one inspired by love and guided by knowledge. This single sentence encapsulates Russell's entire philosophy. Love is equal to warmth, care, affection for others and the world. Knowledge is reason, curiosity, scientific understanding. Together, they produce not just success, but a life worth living. So, this was the whole explanation of the essay. Now, here I have some important contrasts which come frequently in different exams. First one is external versus internal success. External success is what others see and measures. That can be the salary, the title, the awards, basically that society values. Society values this heavily. But according to Russell, they does not guarantee happiness. All the things like salary, title, different awards, fame will not give us true happiness. Internal success is what you feel inside. Peace, purpose, love, curiosity. This is what Russell calls true happiness, true success. It is entirely possible to have external success while being internally miserable. Next, we have competitive life versus creative life. Russell distinguished between these in the essay. According to him, competitive life is driven by wanting to beat others, to dominate them. This life is exhausting and never satisfies because the competition never ends. Competitive life is driven by wanting to beat others, to dominate others, and this life is exhausting and never satisfying. Why? Because the competition never ends. whereas creative life is driven by love of work, desire to make or discover something. This life is inherently rewarding because the satisfaction is in the activity itself, not in the comparison with others. Next, we have boredom versus excitement. Russell has a fascinating view on boredom. He argues that a certain capacity for boredom is actually healthy. He, it teaches people it teaches people to develop inner resources, patience, and the ability to enjoy simple things. Modern society constantly offers artificial excitement, entertainment, stimulation, which makes people incapable of peace. True success includes the ability to be comfortable in quiet and stillness. This is a sign of inner richness. Now, here are some important questions. What is Russell's attitude towards competition? Russell is critical of excessive competition. He believes the competition urge, when it becomes the central driven of life, destroys happiness. It creates anxiety, envy, and a sense that you are never enough. He does not opposes healthy ambition, but argues that goals should come from the internal love of the work, not from the desire to defeat others. And the next one we have, how does Russell defines a good life? The good life is one inspired by love and guided by knowledge. This one This is one of the Russell's most quoted line and frequently appears in exam. Love here means warmth, affection, and care. Care for others, for the world, and knowledge means reason, scientific thinking, and intellectual curiosity. Together they produce a life of both feeling and wisdom. This is his definition of the good life and therefore true success. What role does work play in Russell's idea of success? Work is central, but Russell makes an important distinction. Work done from genuine interest and love is a great source of happiness, whereas work done purely for money or status leads to boredom, leads to anxiety, leads to success or status, but without happiness. He also writes about the value of leisure and rest. In praise of idleness, argues that people should work less and have more time to think, enjoy, and grow. Overwork is not a sign of success. It is often a sign of insecurity. Another question is, what is Russell's view on power and fame? Russell sees that lust for power as as one of the greatest obstacle to happiness. People who desperately seek power or fame are usually running away from inner emptiness or insecurity. True success does not require dominance over others. He uses examples of powerful historical figures who are deeply miserable despite their greatness. Now, here are some one liners that one must remember, and this will help you to quickly revise the essay. True success is the inner happiness through love, work, curiosity, and zest. False success is what? Wealth, power, fame without inner contentment is false success. What does word zest means? It means enthusiastic interest in life, the core ingredient of happiness. A key quote of the essay is the good life is inspired by love and guided by knowledge. What's the essay tone? What's the Russell tone? Rational, ironic, warm, humanistic, slightly spectacle. Russell's philosophy, humanist, rationalist, empiricist, values reason and human dignity. So this was the whole explanation of the essay True Success by Bertrand Russell. If you have any doubt related with it, do write in the comment box. I will personally answer them and help you understand the essay more in simple and easy language. Remember to like, share and subscribe to English Hub, a channel which explains in simple English and helps you master English, as mastering English can only be done through LSRW technique.